Don't you hate it when you turn in a big project and your boss just says thanks? Or if maybe you have a really negative boss and the only thing you ever hear is really critical feedback and you have no idea where your work is actually really good? Today, I want to talk about what to do when you don't get substantive feedback from your boss. We're going to show you some new strategies, how to get really good insight into your work, no boss required. One thing I hear a lot from clients is that they have no idea where they're doing well at work. Sometimes they come to me not even thinking that they're doing anything well at work because their boss only gives negative feedback or no feedback at all. And of course, your boss is ultimately responsible for evaluating your performance, and that's really their responsibility to kind of keep up on that. But more often than not, it's too challenging or it becomes too much, or for whatever reason, you don't get the feedback that you deserve from your supervisor. So one exercise that I have my clients do when they come into a session and really don't know what they're good at or what they should pursue or how they can do career exploration, not understanding what their strengths are, is to ask for feedback. And not from that boss who hasn't been giving any to you, because we don't want to start to invite that conversation in right now. That's not where we want to go. We don't want to fix the relationship with your boss right now. Right now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that you know where your strengths lie and get some insight into what you're bringing to work every day. So instead of going to your boss, this is an opportunity for you to check in with your peers and colleagues. And if you're in a job that's a terrible fit and maybe you really don't feel close to any colleagues, maybe you go to previous employers and think about previous supervisors or previous colleagues or even classmates who worked with you in college and can speak to kind of how you perform in the classroom and in group projects. The purpose here is not to inflate our ego and only talk to our friends who are going to make us feel good, but the point is to look for patterns in the feedback. Where do you bring the most value? Are there some people saying and giving the same advice over and over again? Are you starting to see a pattern emerge? We want to bring attention to your strengths, and of course there's room for improvement, and perhaps patterns will emerge there and you'll get a really clear sense of what you're good at and where it's clear you're not putting in nearly as much effort. But that's still useful information for you as you're sifting through and trying to figure out, okay, what can I bring to my next job that's extremely valuable? So don't be afraid to ask for feedback outside of your boss. Your boss is not the only person capable of providing that kind of insight. And I really encourage you to connect with peers, connect with your colleagues, and make a point to ask. And if you feel awkward asking, always say your career strategist sent you and wanted you to do the exercise so that you can pay more attention to your strengths and move forward. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment or question below. I know it can be tricky with bosses to get the support you need, but don't be afraid to go outside your circle of bosses and go right to your peers. Hopefully this helps you get the insight you need to take the next steps in your career. Talk to you soon.